my goodness gracious, man. I tell you what, on the same stand tonight, a ball named Green Bean. They actually could be turning by now, I'm not too sure. However, we do have a good update, okay? So, I had a buck show up on camera the other night. Actually, he showed up 3 nights. At first glance, I thought I found my boy Padfoot. That would have been very good. However, it is not Padfoot. Under further review, it could be Padfoot's brother. Smaller, but nonetheless, a brother. Scabbers, that's gonna be his name. Scabbers, double brow, split G2 on the one side, like a turkey foot thing going on the other side. Stud, old ass deer. This deer is added to my hit list. So now I have 2 bucks up here that I'm extremely interested in. All right, so before we actually get out into the stand, I have 2 cameras to check. Man, oh man. God damn it, my camera keeps shifting over here, but I'm gonna grab this card and we can check it out. You see this right here? This tree, this hedge apple tree, they murder, bro. Look at this. This is all about 100 yards from the road. A lot of the bucks that do show up on this camera could totally be in my zone, either up the road or where I'm hunting tonight even, to potentially see and harvest. So, let's pop that bitch in here. If I do have one daylighting on this camera and is showing up a decent amount, I could totally set up a ground blind and make that happen. So let's check this camera. First picks on this camera is pretty standard. We got some boner boys cruising through, working this straight, mostly during the nighttime. But finally at the end of the check, we do have some daylighters showing, and honestly, this is a pretty good buck. So let's head to spot number 2 and check that camera. The second spot is kind of tucked in between this now cut cornfield. It's a cellular camera, but the cellular signal down here is kind of, some would say, dog shit. Anywho, if you guys are actually enjoying this kind of style of like a hunting video, please leave me a like. That way I know that you know, you guys are enjoying it. I personally truly do enjoy filming these videos, and I absolutely love the feedback that I get from you guys. I tend to read all the comments, good, bad, ugly, all of it. I appreciate all you guys that are super positive, and I also appreciate you guys that are negative and give me some criticism, because that's what makes all of this fun. I do have a stand over in here. It was one that I was hoping to move in the spring, but then I got carried away trying to set up all these tower blinds, that this one got kind of put on the back burner. So definitely not one that I would be able to hunt or want to necessarily hunt, because it's super uncomfortable, super hard to get a shot off, and then it's honestly just set up poorly by yours truly. So typically any bucks that I get on camera down here run this ridge up into the field I'm hunting tonight. I've been running cell cameras for, I think this is the 3rd year. They have significant advantages, being able to check your cameras every day, but there's something about that, this like nostalgic feeling of plugging in an SD card, having no idea what could be on it, and looking through it all. This cam had 3 really good bucks on it. The first one is one that I hope can get harvested this year. He's a super mature bone dog, and he has a little drooper too, so that's dope. The second buck is a tight horn 10 that is also going to be on the radar come late season. Super heavy, super mature, pretty chody. And the third buck is Shrek. He's going to get a pass from me this year, and it would be so dope if I could find his sheds later. Anywho, back to the video. Welcome to another episode of Piss Talks with Dakin. What do we got today? Like I said, I do read a lot of the comments that you guys put on my videos. I love you guys so much. We're growing a nice little community here. One actually, I'll read the full comment when I get in the blind, because I do think it's such a great comment. But the premise of it is the dude was, there was a back and forth with like some young kid. He was like, just because he's passing deer doesn't mean you have to. I couldn't agree more, you know? However, I think the premise does state, shoot what makes you happy. If you're happy with shooting a 3.5-year-old, and honestly that is like the best deer that you have on the farm, go for it if that makes you happy. I would like to say though, if you shoot a deer and you are happy with it, somebody shoots a bigger deer than you, don't go hating on them. Positivity within the hunting community is so like rare anymore, I feel. And so we are switching up the fit tonight. We're gonna rock this camo, mainly because it's a tad colder and we're already, you know, barely male. We don't want to go, you know, full blown female if it drops below 40 degrees. So I'm really hoping to lay eyes on scabbers and then hopefully put an arrow in the fella. Gotta set my rifle down over here. We are in. You know, I got both my drinks down here. Make sure I don't drink the yellow one. Honestly, by the end of the year, I'm going to see how many piss bottles I can fit in this thing. To some, this is a rifle. I don't know what school you guys went to. I'm kidding. It's clearly not a rifle. It's a crossbow. But some people don't consider it bow hunting, so what should we rename it? Because it's not a bow, clearly. The name isn't crossbow. Let's call it, should we call it cross-gender? Because people say I'm a female since I use this, so hopefully it gets the goddamn job done tonight, you know? Mwah. Love you. Oh yeah, let me read you that comment. That was super, super dope. You know, maybe I'll do this. Good comments, bad comments. I might just sort of read them in the blind to pass some time. He says, I'm 17, but when I was 11, I was smacking whatever walks by. It's not all about the rack. However, lots of times now, I do pass deer just to drag out my season since we can only get one buck. My advice that I would give you is don't take all these YouTube videos and people like me and apply them to you because not everyone has the same average deer age in their area. My age might be 5.5, but where he's at could be 2.5 to 3.5. Point is, just be happy to get a deer and make some memories. Don't be ashamed of shooting a small buck. Just trying to teach you something I learned. Dude, I wish every person that is in like the comments or just watches these videos had that sort of sense of mindset going into them. So this kid ended up shooting a button buck and he said he had a great time. I just want people to hunt. That's why I don't hate on crossbows, man, because if it makes people hunt and enjoy the outdoors, that's what I'm all for. So yeah, props to you, man, for a comment like that. I love it so much. Anyhow, that's my little another rant for today. So yeah, let's get to hunting, man. It's 6 o'clock. We just saw our first deer. That isn't looking good. I thought we were gonna be seeing a lot more deer by now, but I have fingers crossed, puppy. Okay, so far, every deer I've seen tonight has randomly started running. Like, I saw those two, a buck and a doe. Dude, they just sprinted across the field. And I have these does in front of me right now. And they seem so on edge. I have a feeling if a good deer comes out, it is going to be mighty hard to get a shot. That's a hunt. No stabbers, no pad foot.